The FNRad Snowboard Podcast is presented by FlowJoy Water. My new Burton gear has arrived, and I'm proud to have head-to-toe coverage. I've got an analog Gore-Tex jacket, Freebird 3L bibs, ruler boots, and a family tree hometown hero. The quality is absolutely unmatched, and most importantly for me, the boots rock right out of the box. It's been pure joy riding all new Burton gear. Go visit your local Burton dealer, or if you're in the Lower Mainland, check out the new Burton store at West 4th and Burrard. Hey listeners, this one's for you. Upline Brewing is beer for snowboarders by longtime Pacific Northwest shredder and FNRad listener Carl Montoya, who started Upline so you can crack a cold one anytime. No buzz, no slowdown, just good vibes. Unlike most NA beers, these actually taste legit, and they're brewed with adaptogens for a mellow uplift. The Steezy Golden Lager and Crushin' IPA come in at just 25 and 50 calories and feature artwork from local legends like Quincy Quigg. Have one at lunch, grab another lap, hit the after party, and still wake up for first chair or the bank slalom podium. Drinking regular beers, toss some Uplines into the lineup. The natural electrolytes help you stay hydrated and keep crushing. FNRad listeners score 15% off at uplinebrewing.com with code FNRAD, or set up a subscription, save more, and never run out. Upline Brewing, brewed to adapt, crafted to elevate. Fixed bindings are now guaranteed for life. The new Block 5s are a perfect blend of performance and simplicity. I can adjust the straps on the fly without tools, and they're consistently comfortable and easy to get into and out of. All the new fixed bindings look and ride incredibly, so go buy fixed bindings today at your local fixed dealer or check out fixedbindingco.com. Bluebird Coffee Tuning and Rentals in Squamish, BC is the coolest new stop just 20 seconds off the Sea to Sky Highway on your way to Whistler. Drop in for the world's best cup of coffee, killer smoothies, and a true local vibe born out of 90s snowboard culture and music. They offer performance ski and snowboard tunes with state-of-the-art equipment. They've got premium rental fleets of Jones, Solomon, Libtech, and Burton, including Burton Step-Ons. And if you haven't gotten yourself one yet, Bluebird will even sell you a rad power bike. These bikes are so fun. For a blend of expert knowledge, convenience, and a lot of charm, stop in and say hi to Bluebird, the raddest mandatory new stop on your way to Whistler. Lock in and let go with Anon's magnetic face mask integration, built to keep you seamlessly covered from the elements, and Magnatech quick lens change technology that makes swapping lenses effortless even with gloves or mitts on. Enhance contrast and clarity with perceived lenses and get the most accurate perception of the surrounding environment regardless of light and weather conditions. Clarity starts where distraction ends. Full face coverage, complete presence. Check out Anon's helmets, goggles, and MFI face masks at an Anon dealer near you or at AnonOptics.com. Support also comes from the Pro Standard. Ken Achenbach has done it again with the push-button quick release for step-on bindings. Get them at ProStandard.com before they sell out. Pacific Border, Vancouver's premium snow skate and surf shop on West 4th Avenue. Check out PacificBorder.com. And 1910, the collaborative artworks of Jamie Lynn and Scof, two friends on a creative journey together, bonded by their love of art, music, and snowboarding. Go to the number 9teen10.com for their latest collection. We need to thank our friends at Mount Seymour, Grouse Mountain, and Cypress Mountain for their continued support of FNRad, as well as essential toothpaste tabs. I love them. I use them. Go buy them today. Shane McKinney started Invasion Snowboards in the early 90s. Invasion was a staple of the Vancouver snowboarding scene during the golden era and had many shining moments. Shane's the brains behind dual radius side cuts, and he worked his ass off to keep Invasion Snowboards going for more than 10 years. We recorded this interview at his house in North Vancouver.
I was here, and I was probably 10 years old, off the parking lot at Cypress.
Oh, just off the parking lot?
Yeah, like literally one of those, I think the Burton with the string on the front. Yeah,
Wow, man.
Just trying that.
That's early. That's actually really early.
And then it was the year after that, and I think it was I forget, a hazmat or a Burton or something.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
sick.
Burton, and then
it would have had to be. Yeah. It would have had to be a hazmat's way later because when you're 10 years old.
Yeah, it was a Burton, I guess, for the first few years.
Few years, yeah, dope. And Cypress was actually the first place to let people on the chairlift.
Yeah, they wanted to come out, and you had to be. They watched you come down the rope tow and make sure you could turn both ways and stop and.
They do the certification
your leash, and then they were like, all right, let them buy a pass.
That's wild. That's before Whistler even allowed it.
Yeah. It was the year after that I was going up Whistler, though, too. But with ski buddies, I had a neighbor that was obviously instrumental in me pushing the passion, and everybody skied, but I would still go up with them and get early uploads with the race team and side slip the course
on your snowboard?
On my snowboard.
Wow!
And then they'd race all day, and I would snowboard by myself.
That's unbelievable. So, were you a skater before that? Is that where you came to it from? Kind of skateboarding?
Yeah, I loved skateboarding. I mean, I was never very good, but I loved it.
Well, skateboarding in North Van in the 80s would have been super sick.
Yeah, I mean, all the bowls and the odd mini ramp.
The Powell crew came through for, like, the Bones Brigade did something at Sealand. Oh yeah, and also Lance Mountain set up the skate ranch out in Richmond, so there was like some Powell adjacent shit going on. Yeah,
it was a beautiful time. I don't know. Skateboarding was really just like a neighborhood thing for me. Building little ramps, trying to do jumps. And then I got into bull riding, but I never really got into vert ramp or anything like that.
Sure. And then snowboarding just stays as a passion through high school and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, snowboarding was where it was at because you could have the fantasy. It was that much easier than skateboarding.
It was so much easier, especially if you're a launch ramp snowboarder now or skateboarder. Now all of a sudden you could build the biggest launch ramp ever and the landing is soft. Like,
exactly.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It was, great. I just have so many good memories of growing up here, and I look back on it very fondly. And I just feel so much gratitude that I could have, was a part of it.
Sick. Yeah. So you get involved at some point. You get sponsored by Next or something, or were you on a shop team or anything?
It was started. It was Lindsay with Lindsay Rogers, and it was Next, but right when it was switching to Beyond.
Right.
So
he had come to Vancouver, I think, to set up the Option Factory. Wasn't that like one of the
That was my understanding, and I met him right after that went south. And he was off trying to start the next thing. And
it was called Next.
It was called Next, and then it became Beyond.
Yeah.
Beyond the next thing, yeah.
Yeah. They had, I think he was experimenting with P-Tex top sheets, if I'm not mistaken.
All the ones where they were, I want to say he was doing, it was pre-preg, there was pre-preg fiberglass ones, the very rigid ones.
Yeah.
But then the cap decks were not P-Tex, but they were some kind of plastic, like a soft plastic.
Yeah, like a printed soft plastic kind of.
And they were all back printed epoxy paint, and
Oh, you're talking like someone who owned a snowboard factory. Yeah, so you're at that point you get to see how he's doing this. Is he showing you like, okay, here's a wet layup, this is how we do it.
Exactly.
Come in here and we'll build your board, and you get to like kind of hands-on help with it, sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. It was me and another guy, Corey Mitchell. We really got involved and wanted to try and push the designs and contribute.
There was only clothing. Do you remember that at all? That's a deep cut.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think I remember it, but
Yeah.
I never had any involvement. No.
Right. Nobody ever sold it. There were only samples made.
Okay.
Yeah. And Keck was the guy's name from Only Clothing. I think they might have owned the building that Beyond eventually set up their stuff in.
Okay.
Was that in East Van?
Yeah.
Like off Broadway or somewhere?
Off of Clark. On Clark. Just off Clark, yeah. Actually, just like a couple blocks down from where Rob Dow is now with Wired.
Isn't that crazy that so Option's not far from there.
Option was, nearby, like probably 2 blocks in another direction.
Yeah. It's nuts. And Time Bomb Trading was out of there too. So you could go get your 32 boots out at Garrett's situation there or dragging goggles and stuff like that. Man, it was awesome.
Yeah.
What a killer time. So the Beyond thing goes for a year or two before.
Yeah, it got crazy.
Tell me about some of the trips he took you on, stuff like that, because Lindsey Rogers is a very important snowboarder in the world scene. He still now sells edges, base material, fiberglass, epoxies to anyone who's manufacturing snowboards in North America, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully when Lindsay hears this, I want to send out big love to him, and it'd be great to hang out again.
Reconnect, sure.
It's kind of the theme of my life the last few years here is trying to reconnect with everybody. So, Lindsay was great, but obviously it was a small thing, and we were trying to make it bigger. But yeah, Lindsay took me to Vegas, I think a couple times, and we had good times with the Mervyn guys. And what else? Lindsay took me to Hood in the summer, and we were there for like 5 days, I think.
He's probably a pretty good snowboarder himself, right?
Yeah, he had some knee issues and stuff, but he was really good back in the day. What else? Hood, the highlight of that Hood trip, aside from Lindsay taking pictures and having a good time, I kind of fell in love with Victoria Jalouse there. It was like wonderful for 3 days.
Did she fall in love with you?
I believe so.
Oh, wow.
This was back
so
really
it's
before.
Not just reading in a magazine like I'm in love with that girl. It's like you met and had a fling with
many,
Wow.
lovely interactions, and
amazing.
And then
dude.
I went by, I guess, I don't know, the house that Burton was renting, and she was gone. And her girlfriend, who I forget which one it was, but was like, oh, and she kind of left me a little note, which was nice.
You got it? Let's see it.
I don't got it.
Keep that note.
I'm happily married. I've moved on.
Yeah,
but yes,
I got you. I hear you.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. What a cool story. Yeah. What a summer. Like going to Mount Hood in the summer, especially, if you've been to Whistler, then Whistler's a different animal, right? You're taking a bus up to the glacier. It's a T-bar. When you go to Mount Hood, there's a parking lot you can drink beers in and barbecue. There's a lake right there that you can swim in. And the riding's actually really kind of compares to like winter riding, or like at least spring riding.
Yeah. Half pipe and mini park. And it was a blast.
So it was you, Corey, and Lindsay? Was Corey on the team
Corey
at the
never
time?
came on that one either.
No. It was just the two of you.
That was literally
shooting tons of photos for catalogs. And
exactly. Trying to get ready with the latest sample product.
yeah, now ride this board, now ride that board.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, super fun.
What a cool experience to have. You're what, like just out of high school?
Barely. I was 17. Yeah, I think when on that summer trip. Yeah,
that's super sick. And then the Vegas thing, you're sitting in a booth all day trying to get people to.
No, it was literally just like kind of cruising around. Lindsay did have the decks in, I think, in like a shared space with someone, with
United
some other guys,
or someone probably.
But it wasn't like we had to man the booth, and we were out working the crowd, making connections, seeing friends, and having a good time.
Super sick, super sick. So then where does it go from there? You're riding for Beyond.
Yeah, and then, I mean, so things kind of snowballed with Lindsay, and I mean, there was supposed to be a partnership. Lindsay was like, we need money, and I'm like, I'll try and get some money, and then we can do the next factory together, and that was where we were going. And then I literally, I don't know, got a phone call from Lindsay saying, hey, I don't live here anymore. I'm in Ontario, and I'm starting up some stuff for these Coup guys, Coup Sports.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And so, wished him well. But that was literally the last time I talked to Lindsay. And then I moved ahead, kind of on my own, and with Corey Mitchell and Chris Steves and a bunch of other dudes.
You talk about sitting on that, and people have mentioned the couches or the couch at the Invasion factory, like it was somewhere that you would hang out.
That was literally before. I think the couch story was before we even had the factory. Because I was just getting everything, the ducks in a row, trying to have everything designed and everything before it was literally paying rent somewhere for manufacturing space. Probably all in the same motion. I was trying to find factory space, and I actually bumped into a buddy's older brother at a gas station. We start talking, and he's, asking me what I'm up to, and I'm like, I'm trying to find some small space for my snowboard factory to start the stuff. And he was like, well, you should just come in back of my shop. He's like, how much space do you need? I'm like, I don't know, 400 square feet, 500 square feet. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I got like 2,000 square feet and I'm not using any of it. Like, he was doing like automotive stuff, but like more retail, like selling fancy tack on things for your car. And he would do suspension work too, but he really just needed the front of the shop for that. So we built a wall, and I took over the whole back half of the shop. And
Dude.
A year and a half later, he was done. And he was like, yeah, I'm out. Like, he'd been there for like, I think 7 or 8 years. And then he decided to shut that down. I took over the whole space, and that was Invasion.
So what was the talk like coming up with the name? Like, do you remember any of the other names that had been?
I don't. I mean, I wish it was, we had a notepad going, and it was just, coming up with names, trying to think about any negative connotations, and trying to find the right one. And I don't know, with the mind frame we were at, Invasion was what came out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can remember Invasion and the vibe around it. And when you were talking about it today, I'm like, damn, I'm sure I knew some of this probably from the catalogs, right? Because we would get the catalogs, read the catalogs, that kind of thing. Or from PKs, you'd come into the shop and say, this is what's going on, that's what's going on. But I forget that you were obsessed with finding like high-end material.
Totally, that was the focus. Like I said, coming up with just new designs, trying to make things amazing. But yeah, always buying the best materials. It was always sintered bases, graphite bases, and I mean, the whole parabolic side cut thing too was something that we came up with.
Did you have that before you launched?
We were the first company to bring that to market.
Parabolic. Can you explain what it is? Because I think I know, but
when we first came up with it, we actually called it biradial.
Biradial, okay.
And it's basically two circles merged with the quadratic equation, and you get a tighter, smaller circle on the back half of the board.
Oh,
a blander, bigger circle for the front half.
Yeah.
And the idea is that tail will bite and hold in a carve.
And scoop you around.
Kind of, yeah.
Right. And so if you're really...
And we did directional flex to go along with that.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, obviously the boards worked. You were saying that Kevin Sansalem won those... the X Games and probably the West Beach on Invasion boards.
Yeah, there was
which
that
he's riding at a
period.
really high level. I remember he was like, if correct me if I'm wrong, Keatley, but I think he was one of those guys that was riding Burton skybacks with carbon fiber high backs. Like he wanted top end stuff.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the companies were building softer decks, and we were kind of going the other direction, stiffer. And I mean, once we got into, I don't know, year probably 4, then we offered kind of both kinds of construction, and that was where it kind of opened up. So with the sandwich boards, you would get a softer flex on those, and with the cap and the hybrid, it was a stiffer board for sure.
Brad, what were first year offering? What do you guys? How many boards do you have? 1, 2, 3?
No, we had 2 graphics. And we did like 5 sizes, I think is what we started with.
Yep.
And we just kind of, yeah.
And they were directional twins with quadratic side cut?
The biradial, parabolic side cut, yeah.
Yeah, sick. How did you come up with that?
I guess just
like
being, eyeball.
Right?
Everybody uses it now. And, and that's why the skis are so fun. It reinvigorated the ski industry.
Right.
As well. So... yeah. I mean, yeah, it's, obviously, the not patenting, stuff like that is, part of the depression that I live with, but, it's, it was, I think just being eyeballs deep, and riding as much as we were riding, and then trying to come up with new designs, to make the boards different and more fun, is where that came from.
Yeah, so you just cooked it up, you tried it out.
Totally
and it worked.
cooked it. Yeah.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So over the years with Invasion, okay, wait, when you start Invasion, it's you, Corey, Chris?
Chris was there, but he was riding for other companies too, but on the friend level. Yeah. And then it was, I don't know,
do you want me to chime in at all?
Yeah, dude, you're here.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let him say it.
Yeah,
you remember?
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, you remember it now.
I forget exactly what.
It's better if he says it on mic.
I forget exactly when, but it was probably a few years in.
But how do you become business partners with Corey? Like you guys...
Corey, like I said, originally I thought I was going to be business partners with Lindsay.
Yeah.
And so... when Lindsay was left town and I had all the money and the will to do it, I just brought Corey in.
You guys were pals? Or?
Yeah, we were tight for years before that. And I just said, hey, I want to do this and I want you to do it with me. And I don't know. I think I gave him 10% of the company. Okay. On paper. And,
sure.
And I was like, let's see where this goes.
Without him having to put in 10% of the money?
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, dude. That's pretty nice of you.
So, but yeah, no, Corey, sweat and bled. And
he was an artist too, right? Didn't he do some of the art?
Yeah, he did. He liked to kind of have his own graphic kind of thing going on.
Wait, did you guys first year do a Corey board?
No, the first year was very rudimentary. We had actually I think Corey might have had more of an influence on the one, and I guess I had more of an influence.
There was a
blue fade to white back to blue,
right?
And then there was one that Corey I guess influenced more with.
And you guys were like the team riders for your own company, because you were still shredding at the time.
Yeah, and
catalog shoots, all that stuff is you guys.
Yes.
And Corey's working. Was he working as the park manager at Seymour at the time?
No, not it was all Invasion. Once we did,
that was it. He quit
and
there.
Like I said, yeah, he bled and starved along with me here when we were getting it going. So yeah. And do you kick in for first year? You make a small production run. You make it into the stores, and we made. I'm trying to remember. I think we did maybe 180 decks. And then just try to get it out there.
And everybody in North Van is hook us up, because there's a lot of people.
That was probably by more year 2, year 3, and we expanded the line, expanded the graphics, and there was a lot of excitement about it. Yeah.
What years are we talking? Like, is it 2000?
No, this would have been like, I want to say like 94, 95.
Are you sure? How long did you do it for? 10 years?
Almost 12, like 11
12
and a
years.
half,
Yeah, so then that would be till 2006, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, that makes total sense.
Okay.
Damn. You were doing it early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, it's a slow build that, like, Lonsdale doesn't even exist for Boardroom at that time.
Yeah,
I remember selling them out of West Forth.
Yeah.
And you guys were going toe to toe with, say, Option or like other local brands. You had your own vibe, though. You guys, now that I'm thinking about it, were the very first of those, like, Invasion, Dinos, like specific North Van, like super brands, where when you rode them, you were kind of saying, like, hey, I'm local.
Well, I mean, we had mainly, I guess, because of how much riding we would do. So we did have a strong presence at Seymour and Cypress, and then it just, once the high school kids got a hold of it, it kind of exploded. And North Van was home for the brand. But yeah, I mean, I was doing everything I could to push it worldwide. So, I mean,
right, that was always the goal, right?
And that was, I mean, like, we talked about other stuff about, Canadians having to prove themselves
Truth.
worldwide. And so that was part of my big stress, though, too, was the fact that we were selling boards in Europe and in Japan and even in the States, and here in our hometown even sometimes felt like a bit of a too much of a struggle. Trying to, convince the retailers, and whoa, what are we doing? What are you guys doing now? I'm like, we're doing the same thing we did last year. I'm like, there's no pressure,
Right.
Just sell another 20 decks. I don't care.
Sure. Yeah, I remember you as the rep, because at some point you kind of transition out of being like the main rider, and you start to become the business owner.
Yeah,
that's managing a team, and your team expanded pretty big.
Yep.
And the line expanded pretty big.
Yeah, we had a huge line. I was very proud of it. And we were doing like big decks, like 178s.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's if I could find one of those, I'd ride it.
If I could find one of those, I would buy it too.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
I don't know.
Were you doing like the Vegas show and stuff like that? Or
I mean, the first couple there were with Lindsay, and then I just continued going, and so I think I went like 12 years in a row.
Oh wow,
which was nuts. And we had a lot of fun because it got to the point where I would just fill the truck with, like, some of the team guys, and we would turn it into a road trip, and we'd be gone for like a month or 6 weeks. And there was all those team challenges and stuff that would go on in surrounding states, and we would just have a good time with it. So,
that's super sick.
Yeah,
the Dino guys still doing that. Like, when I see them at Holy Bowly, they've got this vibe that's like tight team, and I feel like it's a direct continuation of the Invasion.
Yeah, I could
brotherhood, or whatever you want to call it.
I could see that.
Community.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, they started after we were shut down, basically, effectively. But I was always cheering for Keenan and those guys as well. Yeah,
Jeno.
Yeah.
Did Jeno ever ride Invasion?
I don't know.
I was surprised when you told me that Sansalone was on those boards for when he won his stuff. Well,
it was Keatley that really reminded me of that as well. I mean, Kevin was a bro, and he asked for some blank decks, and I gave them to him. So, he was, that was his transition period where he was waiting for his next big thing to come along.
Yeah.
So,
and he absolutely crushed it. Like was
he did well.
Top dog in the
Yeah.
world there for a bit with
Yeah.
that X Games win and the West Beach win. That's rad. That's and you hand built him those blanks kind of thing.
Hand built, yeah. I mean, we built all of our stuff in the factory. We never did any production anywhere else, and but it was I don't know. It's just another one of the many memories that I have of love for the sport and helping out bros. Making sure people could ride and yeah.
What was it like to have an Invasion board on the cover of Trans World Snowboarding?
It felt great.
Remember that?
Obviously. Yeah. And I mean, we had, on Snowboard Canada too. And, Chris was on a bit of a tear there at one point.
Big time.
Yeah. And, I think Keatley had a cover on Snowboard Canada.
He did. That's
Yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah. Was that the one with the broken arm? It's a night shot or something.
yeah, I think he's doing a rail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
freaking
in the
crazy.
cast. Yeah.
Yeah. When was he on Invasion? It was between Atomic and Sims, maybe?
Yeah. We'd have to ask him. Yeah.
You know what? I think I asked him what that timeline gets fuzzy in there.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to do like a Keatley signature board for you guys. Do you remember that?
He really liked the sandwich decks that
Yeah.
we were making, so he got involved with that. And I mean, it was like Wonderland when you come into the factory. Like there's carbon fiber over here, and there's all this stuff, and so you can put whatever you want into the deck, and it's amazing the differences that it makes. Or you can wrap it around, and yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love nerding out on that
I
stuff.
could nerd out all day. Yeah.
I definitely picked Rob Dow's brain over the years about like his pro model designs and stuff like that. And then as a boardroom staff member, I would get to go to the factory for option and check out how they were made. And sometimes you could make your own board, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you had to pay or something. I can't remember. But like seeing the difference between like biaxial on the bottom, triaxial on the top, the wrapping around the sides, a cap construction versus sandwich, all that stuff. I mean, it really gives you connection to the board under your feet. You know, when you make it yourself.
Yeah, and feeling those micro changes torsionally, and the flex and stiffness in one end, or rigidity. It's fun. All the changes you can make, and try and find what is fun for you.
Yeah. So how do you decide what models to make and what's in the line, what sizes? Is that just you and Corey going back and forth, or is
pretty much? Yeah. And I mean, we were trying to differentiate ourselves, A, by having a big line, and B, just making the decks different from what everyone else was doing and putting the best materials in. So, it would have been Corey and I that were just constantly trying to expand the line and do decks for kids, do decks for ladies, both types of construction, multiple types of construction, and really big boards.
Did you, as the brand grows over the 12 years, is it bigger every year? Do you have is there like a bad snow year that falls in there, or?
There was a progression, but I mean, it kind of reached the point where I felt like we were like bloated. And so then we just kind of floated at that level, but with like, I don't even, like I said, 3-4 series of boards. You had the Burtons of the world that were like, that was, what we were trying to project ourselves. Like, we're not just some joke over here. We're very about the boards. And so, yes, look at our line. It's extensive. But I remember also feeling like very much about the hamster wheel being every year. And it was like the dates would just come way too quick.
Yeah.
And, trying to have 25 decks samples ready to go to Japan, like it was nuts. And I've told like Rob Dow this, and I think that, I mean, the rest of the industry should function this way too, where it's almost more treated as like art. And you do a run of decks, and whether it takes 3-4 years for those decks to sell out, c'est la vie.
That makes sense.
And once they're gone, and then you could bring it back in a different color, like a decade later or whatever, which we're seeing teasers of that, re-releases. But I wish that was, or I would have come up with that idea. But we were small fries, and so trying to change the machine of the industry in that time wasn't even on my mind. We were just trying to join it and keep up with it. But it was perpetual madness.
Yeah.
But probably because I also wanted to just ride so much, and so. It was nuts. My dad thought I was going to be dead with just doing 16-hour days in the factory and then, trying to snowboard as much as possible.
Yeah, there's like a manufactured deadline and seasonality to snowboarding that I think we probably inherited it from the ski.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Cause
you basically put the boards out in your shop in like October. You sell them at full price for like a month or two. And then Boxing Day, they go on sale. And then basically the season's over and you're selling them on sale for the next 2 months. It just seems like so crazy.
It's, an endless hamster wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're making samples and you're trying to change enough stuff to make the line new,
even if graphics,
even if the stuff that you made is like what you want to ride, and you've hammered onto something really great, you're like, oh yeah, we have to just let that go and do some new thing for next year. It's just a wild and demanding venture. And a lot of manufacturers have talked about like, look, you need to pay for your materials so far before you start to collect from the people that you sold the boards to.
Yeah, that would have been another big issue for us was the terms. The shops always wanted terms, and when the only thing we're selling them is Invasion, it's like, well, then they can not talk to you basically for a year, and then find the money when it's time to order again. So
not great.
Oh yeah, we love your stuff, and like, here, well, let's clear our bill from last year and let's order another 20. So it was a vicious circle. And near the end there, it felt like we were competing against Nike and Adidas and 200-year-old soya sauce of Japan. And it was
the like M3 guys came through
pockets, right?
M3 was really close to what you guys were doing in terms of like high-end materials, cap construction boards. They had a pro team that they were doing. So like when you start in 94, you're one of a handful of brands, and by 2006 you've seen hundreds of brands come and fizzle out. And
there was all the consolidation that happened, and then I would say the bulk of production moved to China, and we were still here in North Van, bringing in expensive stuff and paying decent wages to these kids to pump them out.
I can't remember if I hired away Jamie Watson from working there or if he had.
I think Jamie was there almost to the end.
Yeah. Maybe he would go in and work boardroom and work there.
I tried to give, obviously, like I had, we had 20 something guys working in there.
Damn.
But in that final year, I tried to give guys heads up that like, this was it.
Man.
There wasn't probably going to be a next year. So
what kind of led to that?
Actually, it was pretty quick. like I said, the market had shifted, and I had realized that. But my hands were kind of tied. I didn't want to shift production to some other part of the world, and so. But it was my dad that convinced me that, like, you know, you look like you're dying, and I don't see, you know, a regular life in it for you if you continued on this path. I was about to turn. I was 31, and I was like, I was a 185-pound gorilla in August when I made the decision, and by New Year's Eve I was 144 pounds.
Oh wow!
15 days before turning 32.
Damn.
So a lot of stress, but that was the fall that I actually shut the factory down.
Oh, so that's just stress. It's
just
not
stress.
like you shut it down and then you're like, okay, I'm going to get back in shape. No, you're like...
Oh, no, I was in shape. But like I said, at the 185. And so to be a withered 144 at 32,
Yeah.
Like I'm 5'10". I'm not one of these, 5'4" snowboarders.
Yeah. So throughout the whole thing, are you snowboarding as much as you want to get to snowboard, or does it eventually become a job where you're stuck in an office and you're stuck making die cutting bases until 4 a.m?
Yeah, I was snowboarding I was not snowboarding as much as I wanted to.
Right.
So there's that, but it still was a priority, and it was happening.
Yeah.
But it was now kind of more super compressed into like 3 months of the year, whereas now I enjoy it 6 months of the year.
Totally.
November 22nd to May 22nd.
Yeah. When do you start your family? Is it after invasion, or is it during?
Oh yeah. My wife doesn't even know who I was. I was 32, and I was probably 34 when I met Sarah.
Yeah.
And then I was 37 when I had my first kid.
Yeah. So
no, I was 36, I think, when I got married, maybe 39.
Dope. Yeah. So
I just turned 51 last week or so.
Nice.
It was definitely
Happy
39.
Belated.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, for a lot of us coming through that era, if you didn't own a company, then it was maybe a little more cheery. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stress for company owners, it seems like, that because there was so much pressure to try and make it. And all around you, there's these stories of like Ride is blowing up, and like these mega companies are coming out of kind of seemingly nowhere, but a lot of them were like, the engineers from Burton are going to do the Rome, and the boot guys from Burton are going to do 32 or whatever it was, you know?
I don't know. I felt like I went through the ringer, and because I just loved snowboarding. But when I was in it, it was like, there was no life outside of snowboarding. But everything was great as long as I was snowboarding. And it was.
How big of a team did you have? In those late, like the 2000s years?
Yeah, we probably had 5 or 6 guys that were considered pro. Yeah, and then we had the step down from there with probably only like four or 5 guys. And then there was just the brotherhood beyond that.
Still like 12 guys or something, 10 guys.
Yeah.
Quite the family.
Everybody was surviving on scraps. Yeah. And I mean, part of me feels bad that these guys, devoted that part of their life to me and an invasion. But everybody knows that I had a true love for the sport, and that I was doing the best I could for everybody.
Yeah, you didn't sell out. and you didn't sell your guys out, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you took the company and sold it to some other,
Exactly.
pay these guys big wages and say, okay, yeah, you're going to make a lot of money. And then you sell it. And then the new guy cuts the whole team or whatever. That didn't happen. So
Exactly. Yeah. When I closed Invasion, like a lot of my retailers didn't pay. And so I was like instantly, a few $100,000 in debt and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's not fun.
It was, there was some rough years.
Have you talked to Rob Dow about maybe doing an Invasion, just like a throwback? Like even if it was just a graphic?
I don't even think I would suggest that.
Really?
Well, I love Rob and I love what he's doing. And I love supporting those guys.
Sure.
I don't know if Rob wants to do one. I guess we could talk about that.
Yeah.
I doubt he'll want it, but
So did you? Okay.
I think I kept some boxes with some top sheets and stuff somewhere here. I could dig it
dope.
out.
Yeah, that'd be sick. What was the transition like coming out of Invasion? Did you leave snowboarding altogether and a couple years later start a family and just be like, okay, I'll go back to snowboarding eventually? Or
Well, it was like I said, it was just before 32. And then, it was 36, I think, when I got married, and 39 when I had my son.
So those 4 to 6 years there, was it?
I got back into just house construction and renos and hustled hard to dig myself out of debt. And, and I mean, I met my lovely wife, and which, I mean, I look back on it now and it was like beautiful timing because I was at the lowest point in my life when I met her, and so I've got some true love going on.
Dope.
But it was like stressful, and I remember getting a little dark. Like feeling like literally like that. Like I'd given my whole life to snowboarding, and I felt like I had like one friend to show for it.
Right.
Which obviously I was wrong, and I wasn't able to see beyond that in the moment, but that's what it felt like.
I can imagine it being really hard to be the guy who's taking people out for pizza and drinks and giving away free boards and like taking people on trips and doing all that, and then all of a sudden be like, okay, well, where is everybody?
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect you to pay me back or anything, but it would be nice to just go shred.
Yeah.
But then also, you might not feel like shredding anymore.
Yeah, I mean, so there was probably a couple years there where I didn't snowboard, but mainly just because of the amount of debt that I was buried in. But construction's been good to me, and I've built a life and a family out of it, and but there was definitely a lot of hustle.
Hell yeah! When do you get back into snowboarding?
It was probably maybe 35, 36, and then it's been a progression since then again of like, it was probably 20 days a year, 30 days, and now I'm getting like 60.
Wow, that's
even
a
last
lot.
year with the broken leg, I still managed to get 38 days.
That's a lot of days.
Yeah, I was out for just like less than 5 weeks with the fibula broken in 3 places and a torn ligament.
What happened there?
I had a broken tree branch go through my leg.
Oof.
Riding Whistler.
No.
Yeah. I had Lewis Adams with me that day, and some other friends, one of which was a doctor, my buddy Greg Haljan. And so he was kind of attending to me on the scene, but Gore-Tex is incredible. The Gore-Tex pants did not break.
Whoa.
But I had a 3-inch hole in my long johns, my smart bowl, and I had a 4-inch hole in my leg that was 3.5 inches deep.
What the
So
fuck?
the Gore-Tex literally like stopped the broken branch from going right through. So
damn,
kudos
dude.
to Gore-Tex, and I still wear those pants. They're perfect.
Oh my God. That'll
yeah.
take you out, though, won't it? Like, were you?
Well, at the scene, he couldn't really tell. Like, he was checking the bones, the big bones, and the leg seemed kind of okay. And I'm like, oh, it really hurts. And then we pull the pant leg up, and like blood's like squirting out. I was like, oh, and so we jammed some stuff on there and wrapped around. And then he was trying to convince me to wait for the ski patrol, and I was like, no. We were on Peak to Creek, and I was like, Highway 86 is just up there. I'm like, I can get back up to Highway 86, and I can ride out to Creekside. And so the Lewis, and yet this was February 1st, there was like 20 inches of powder that day.
Oh my God.
And so Lewis kind of broke trail, and I followed behind him. We got up to the road. Greg carried my snowboard, and then I strapped in and managed to ride out on the broken leg, just hopping from switch to regular, switch to regular,
God.
howling the whole way.
Yeah, that is not good for your leg.
And then, Lewis drove me to the clinic, and we got great service there, as always. Whistler Hospital is amazing.
Yeah, been a couple times. They're great.
But, seeing Lewis's face when he was helping get my gear off once I got in on a bed, and when he took that boot off, and there was like 3 cups of blood that spilled out on the ground.
Oh my God.
And then Lewis almost passed out. But I still have the Wolverine blood for healing. So I was back 5 weeks later.
That's really fast for an
I didn't
injury
get a
that
cast. I didn't get anything. They were trying to convince me to, one of these temporary knee braces and stuff. And I was like, well, I already snowboarded here. I'm like, I don't think I need a knee brace. And they're like, and I've got crutches at home. And so, I ended up just couch surfing and weight bearing it a bit every day. But they were telling me it was going to be 6 months minimum. And I was back 5 weeks later. So,
Oh, that's wild.
yeah.
It's good that you're I guess you're healing.
Yeah. And
young.
I think the leg's, close to 100 now. So I'm feeling good. I don't even wear, I got one of the fancy knee braces, last year to, finish out the season. But then I haven't worn it since. So.
Wow, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you're still getting 60 days a year.
Aiming for 60.
You get to ride with those old heads, like
Yeah, as much as possible. That's what I'm all about these last, 5 years really, is just getting crew back together and spreading love and seeing people and having a good time. So I want to be like Ken Achenbach and, ride every single day when I reach his level.
Yeah, he's a good example for all of us of someone who's always just been, he's had his companies over the years, and he's still got stuff going with the Burton quick release for step-ons, which is sick, and his grill mount thing, which I used a whole bunch this year.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a cool shot. You'd hang your, GoPro from your teeth.
Okay.
And you got a mouth guard in there, which actually keeps you aligned. It's cool stuff, man. But the big thing is Ken rode like 175 days last year or something?
Last year, yeah.
It's unbelievable. The guy's just passion for snowboarding.
Yeah.
It's cool. I always knew that you had it. Like I always knew that you were a snowboarder in your heart, like.
Yeah, and I mean, that might have been one of my crucial mistakes too with Invasion was I probably should have had someone else handling the sales and remove myself just a little bit. But I figured, hey, this is my hometown, and it was a chance to see everybody that I like. But I'm sure when it's too close, and so you. I had no patience for retailers other than the boardroom. And you.
I remember you personally being like mature for your age. Do you know what I mean? Like you seemed like a guy who had it figured out. You were going to be a businessman. You're going to make this happen. You could take the criticism of shop rats like me that are, working a $12 an hour job telling you how to do your business. And, you were managing a lot. You had a lot of plates in the air
There
or
was
whatever.
a lot, yeah, and that's why I say I probably should have had some more sales guys here handling the close business. Might have freed me up mentally and definitely would have physically. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're doing everything.
Everything.
You're building the boards in the factory. You're selling the boards. You're riding the boards, and you're promoting the boards and designing the boards. Oh my God. Like so much going on.
Yeah, it's too much. So yeah, I think the shift, we've already talked about it, but yeah, I'm proud of, guys like Rob Dow and stuff and the way they're doing it now.
Yeah.
Still keeping it real, keeping it authentic, but figuring out how to have life balance and yeah.
It's really important, the balance part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still drinking like we were back in the day? I don't.
Well, that was a funny thing. I mean, I was a late adopter to that. Like I was probably 21, 22 when I had my first, beer.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Like under what mechanism is that?
I had a car when I was 16 and
Yeah.
I was the babysitter.
Yeah. You were the designated driver.
That's how that happened. Yeah. And then I had a problem with speeding. And so then when I lost the driver's license.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like multiple speeding tickets and they took it away for how long?
Which time?
Really?
Yeah. I had it gone for like a year, and that was when I started an invasion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? Like five speeding tickets or
it was literally, I think it was 3 in that year, just coming back and forth from Whistler. And yeah,
that road
probably should have invested in a radar detector, but yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that road is, it's not that tempting to go that fast on. Fuck, it's sketchy.
It's a beautiful road now.
It is gorgeous. Yeah, but 2010.
Yeah.
It's
there was
nice.
a lot of sketchy rides before
but pre that, it did feel like dangerous.
Yes.
To really go fast.
White knuckle driving. Yeah. So, yeah.
When you get the Porsche from Lindsay, does that just amp that to a whole other level, or?
Yes,
of course.
No, yeah, that was again a weird business deal thing that happened between me and Lindsay when he left town, and I ended up with the car.
He had a Porsche.
Yeah, it was
that seems like a little outside the norm for like a guy in the snowboard factory setup business.
Yeah, well, if you've never had a Porsche, it's
which I haven't. No.
It's a wonderful thing to have.
So he just was treating himself to a nice car.
Well, I think he probably came across it at a good deal,
yeah.
And and he was a single guy, and yeah, that was all he kind of needed, and it was the 944 with the hatchback, so
yeah,
he could justify it. He could put snowboards and building materials in there.
Is it rear wheel drive?
Yep.
How did you get up the mountain in the thing?
Well, I always had like a Ford Explorer or something else. F-150. Yeah. And so
that was your getting speeding tickets.
That
car.
was, yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. That's amazing, dude. Well, you've done a lot for the sport. I had no idea about the quadratic side cut thing. That's incredible.
Yeah, the parabolic side cuts.
Parabolic side cut, right? Like a blend of two
different radiuses.
Two radiuses with blended using math.
Yes, using math, exactly. So yeah, for the kids listening out there, math and actually, when I was in high school, we had a state of the art drafting, computer drafting, and I ended up using all of that when I built all of our presses. And with the board design, and it all came into play.
Super sick.
Math is very cool.
Yeah, man. And so community building. That's really the big thing. Is like there were a lot of people who tried to do it, like Legend and Next and Beyond, and even somewhat, Option and Juice and all these ones that were made in Vancouver. And it's a tough go because we're not known for our, snow sports manufacturing. It's an expensive place to build things.
Yeah, exactly.
But you built a template that really worked and that really boosted the community, which is something that we still need to this day. Like as snowboarding at the cutting edge becomes kind of less attainable and less relatable. The one thing that you can do is just go to Seymour or Grouse or Cypress and connect with the people who are actually snowboarding.
Yeah, exactly. That's where my heart is at now. Trying to reconnect with people, trying to have fun with people. And it's weird because I'm in my 50s now, and that's like another big pill to swallow. And so I'm worried about a lot of other guys because back in the day we were invincible, and it was an incredible experience to go through. Yeah. And regular life is kind of hard after you've been flying, after you have wings. So, I want to see, this group still grow and be strong together. And I appreciate you for, being part of that, digging people out from under the carpet. And, yeah.
It's so fun. I didn't say it on mic yet, maybe I did in an episode before. I'm not sure. I think I was a little bit afraid. No, I didn't say it because I just thought it this week when I went to Mount Seymour for the first time this season. And I'm riding with Zach, the Burton rep, and you know how Seymour is. It's when it's sunny and slushy and there's jumps and there's side hits everywhere. And the community's up there, shouting from the chairlift and everything. I realized I hadn't turned my attention to the local mountains as a podcaster out of two fears. Number one, I don't want to get it wrong. I wanted to learn how to do it before I started telling stories like yours and local people that I know, that I had an interaction with.
Yeah.
And number two, God, everybody was so good, on a world stage. It's a little bit intimidating to, approach people and be like, let's talk about your time in the limelight,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so thankful that I was alive at this time.
Yeah,
and
me
got
too.
to go through that, and I believe this is the best spot on Earth.
It is for sure. Yeah,
but yeah, we have. It was just like the planets were aligned. Like the local mountains were, always doing stuff to support and make it fun and let us do what we wanted, which you don't get that anywhere.
That's true.
Did
you guys sponsor rails and stuff? Did you have features in the park that had invasion?
We sponsored events, but we didn't ever do our name on hardware or anything like that.
That hadn't happened yet. Yeah.
But we were getting into big air contests and stuff. But usually outside of Vancouver, like Mount Washington, or in the interior, trying to pump the energy a little bit outside of the lower mainland because it was already explosive here. So.
Did you do an Invasion Japan trip or anything like that?
We did. I did a couple of Japan trips, and I would take different team guys with me. Derek Scott went one year. And like I said, I tried to go to Japan last year for my 50th, and
blew up.
Yeah,
right before.
So it's on the radar to try and make it happen again, but we'll see.
Yeah, I can only imagine some of those guys on those trips. Did you pile everybody into?
Dude, the American trips were the best.
Where did you guys go? Yeah.
Well, like I said, usually we would pit stopping with the Vegas trade show. But, one year we got pulled over by a helicopter in the desert for speeding.
Oh my God.
And I remember waking up Josh Lees. He would have been the youngest guy in the car, and I'm waking him up in the passenger seat. Everyone's asleep. It's like 2 a.m. I'm driving straight to Vegas from here, and I'm like, Josh, wake up. Yeah, I'm like, we need to switch seats. Because this was already, the helicopter had lit up the ground where I was driving, and then way in the distance I could see the police lights.
Oh, Christ.
Coming towards me. And so, yeah, I put it in cruise control, and Josh and I switched seats.
While you were driving?
Yeah. And and he's like, I'm like, it's okay. Like, I think there's like a statute of limitations of like 7 years. I'm like, we just won't let you drive again. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, but I have to come here every year. I can't take this. I can't have this on me. And he was like, okay. And then when the cop finally met up with us, and he's like, do you have any idea how fast you were going? And Josh was like, I haven't got a clue.
I really don't know.
And he was able to answer it totally honestly.
Yeah, because he had no idea. You had to wake him up to switch seats. That's insanity.
But yeah, no, we toured around a bunch. We do as many of those team challenges as we could. There's a lot of stories there that I can't even tell. Usually, yeah, Utahs and Sundays is, a scary place to be after a snowboard event. But yeah, just so many good memories, traveling with my team guys, and,
you were friends with so many of them, right?
All of them, yeah.
That's where that's where it came from, was like there was a brotherhood, kind of friendship.
Yeah, and like, I mean, all these guys, but like Chris Steves, Lewis Adams, and I mean, I'm still bros with Jeff Keatley and Kevin and Derek, and the list goes on, which feels like magic to me that I'm this old now, and we still get to hang out and contribute to each other's lives.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. Thanks so much for doing the show, Shane. I'll look forward to riding with you again. And are you riding mostly in Whistler these days now?
Yeah. I've got a lot of eggs up in that basket.
Yeah.
And my kids are in programs and stuff. So,
yeah, that seems to be the move.
I've got floor space or probably a bed for you too. So yeah, we'll pull it together.
I usually do the day trip. I usually just power through, go up early, eat some lunch in the afternoon, come down before the crazy traffic.
Well, I don't know. This year's it's gotten crazier.
It's gotten crazier.
Yeah,
it's gotten crazier. It's gotten crazier everywhere.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Yeah,
I have my routine for the local mountains. I can kind of dodge around people, figure stuff out.
No, but for sure, come up and stay the night. Stay at 2.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, it'd be great to ride with you again.
Yeah, for sure.
And ride with the boys. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. FNRad shoutouts to Shane McKinney and his whole family. Thanks so much for letting us use your home to record. The snow is back in North Vancouver after a month-long dry spell. Get some One Ball J wax and head for the hills. Extra special thanks to our Patreon listeners. Go buy tickets to win PJ's Death Label Pro Model at FNRadPodcast.com. And be sure to come back next week for another episode of FNRad Snowboarding, presented by FlowJoy Water and brought to you by FNRad Productions.